Welcome to Buster's Fab Shop. I'd like to thank you for joining us. The intent of my YouTube channel is to educate and entertain. A lot of guys, young guys, don't have the opportunity like I did when I was younger to work hand in hand with someone who's involved in the automotive trade or was a fellow enthusiast. When I was growing up, there were guys all over the place. You couldn't, walk 15 feet and some guy had a hot car or somebody was working on something in their driveway. And now we're relying on a YouTube channel because people are not quite as prevalent and in a position to help people hand in hand. So I'd really like to educate but yet entertain. I know a lot of people in the culture, and the community is very, very prevalent around my area. I'm a fabricator slash hot rod guy. I'm into older cars, Hondas, you name it. We've worked on it, and I'd like to stress that as well, that we'll be doing builds on specific vehicles, and it may appeal to you and maybe not appeal to someone else. But I think the most important thing we need to really keep in mind in this day and age, and the way the climate is literally, with people that are really don't understand our culture and our community and what we do. We make automotive artwork, whether it's a rat rod or it's a vintage hot rod, or like I say, it's a drift car. I mean, it's all very, very important to our car community to stick together. And the winds of change are coming, and I think that the electric stuff is going to be here someday. Hopefully that's a ways out yet, and they don't penalize us for applying our craft. So moving forward, I'd like to give you a little background on me. Started working on cars and pumping gas when I was 14 years old. Got a work permit, worked after school, got involved in cars right away. I had a car. My brother had to drive it home for me. I was barely 16 years old, didn't have my driver's license yet, but was chomping at the bit for the driver's license. So it was a 55 Chevy, brought it home, promptly took it all apart before I even drove it, because I was gonna make a hot rod, because that's what we did. And promptly took over my mother's 2.5 car garage. That lady should be nominated for sainthood. She wasn't able to park her car in her garage for pretty near 3 years until I went off to college. She was really a proponent of mine, and I'll go into her and talk a little more about her someday. But I really want to stress the importance of a workspace. I was fortunate when I was younger. I had my mother's 2.5 car garage, and this garage that I set up in my current home is all designed about utilizing every square inch, not square foot, square inch, because I only have a 2.5 car garage. I have a limited work area, but I need to be able to put a lift in. I need to have enough power for 2 welders. I have to have power for my lift. I have to have power for my air compressor. So I was very, very mindful when I started this rehab, because this garage was essentially a shell when I first got in here. I live in Wisconsin, so I had to go at the whole insulation thing, because otherwise I'm working on my car for 5 or 6 months out of the year and freezing to death the rest of the time, and I'm not going to do that. And I don't expect anybody else to do it either. So what I'd like to do is just, take you through the shop and show you all the reasons why I did certain things, so that you can do as much as you can yourself, because the current state of the economy is very, very tough on people. I mean, they're having problems getting groceries and gas, much less keeping their project alive. So if we can work together and do more of this work ourselves, and I'm talking street cars, I'd love to do a $250,000 pro mod for you and show you how cool it is. But there's plenty of guys out there that are doing that are far more educated and willing to do that. I'm a street guy. I'm building a Pro Street Camaro, and it's gonna run on the street. I mean, these guys, some of them claim to be a street car, and they're gonna go to sick week or they're gonna go to drag week. And I understand, you know, I'm actually hoping to do that someday myself. But for me, it's pretty much banging around on the weekends, and my car has to endure chuck holes, railroad tracks, horrible streets. State of Wisconsin has not been take care of their streets. That's a whole other story we'll get into. But this is all street-driven stuff, and I want to stress that, you know, I want to welcome everyone. You know, like I say, we worked on a wide range of different types of cars, and I hope there's a little something in there for everyone. And you know, the intent again is to educate and entertain. And once you start meeting some of the cast of characters, you'll understand what I'm talking about entertainment wise. Talented people. Some of them are a little quirky, little out there, but all got a good heart, and a lot of them are very, very intelligent and willing to share their knowledge, and, like I say, promote the community in the future for our sport. And I want to thank you, and we'll roll right into showing you the shop.